Hello class, today we're going to look at challenge number 1. So challenge number 1 is going to be pretty simple. We're going to create an app that introduces you as a person, and this is my app that I created, and it's going to be basically the same thing. So this is the criteria. Your app should contain an introduction view control like this one with a picture of yourself right now, your name, and 4 buttons taking you to family, which has the images and the labels of your n number of family members, with a back button to this menu, a bio page with a picture of you as a child, as an infant, with a description of who you are, with a back button as well to this menu, a hobbies page with 2 or 3 hobbies with pictures. It can be you performing that hobby or from Google, and with the labels of what hobby that is, and the back button taking you back to this menu, and finally a friends button with 4 or more names and pictures of friends. So I'm going to show you mine, and it takes you to family with a home button, bio, hobbies, and friends. Every picture with its own label. So let's get started. We're gonna go to File, New Project as always. And it's gonna be a single view app. Gonna name this challenge 1 underscore my ID. And put it here in documents. So this app really doesn't require any programming or any coding whatsoever. It's just a lot of connections with a lot of buttons and view controllers. So it's pretty simple. You shouldn't have any difficulty with it. So I'm going to go to my main.storyboard, which is blank. And over here in images, I've created a folder named images, where I've neatly packed the images that I'll have in each view controller. So if I head over to family, my 4 family members with a short name for each, since it's just common etiquette to use just one word or whatever for the description, and for myself, and my description of who am I. So this is going to be way easier. I'm going to start with going to the assets folder and adding my images. Just click and drag. Friends, hobbies, and lastly the photos, my photos. And close this up for now. Let's head over to main storyboard, where we're going to create our introduction view controller. I'm going to start by adding a view, image view object that will hold my first image. Okay, going to go to the utilities pane, close this for now, and close the navigation pane for now over here on the top right corner. And I'm going to choose my picture. I named it me. I'm just gonna change the content mode to aspect fill. There we go. Make it as big as you'd like. Just remember that you're gonna add some buttons here, so take that in mind. I'm gonna click my view controller. Just for the kicks of it, I'm gonna change its background to something more lively. Ugh, no. Okay, that's good, this one. And I'm gonna head over to labels, label, add a label with my name. center it here. Maybe change the font to something custom. I like Helvetica. And make it quite big, like 25, let's say. Done. Okay. And I'm gonna need my 4 buttons. Button. I'm gonna customize it right now. Text color, I'm gonna change it to black. If I scroll down, I can change my background color to like a grayish color and make it a bit bigger. Okay, perfect. So, one for friends. Copy paste. One button for family. Center these. And one for hobbies. And one for bio. Awesome. So, just like here. Then we're going to create a new view controller. So you can go to the utilities pane, but view, or even copy paste this one. I'm going to go with a copy paste. No, maybe I'm going to add the view controller. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to click it. If this change background, I think I put this one. Yep. And see what I have to do. I'm gonna create my family page first. So I'm gonna add a image view. Gonna set it to my brother. Aspect fit. Yeah, aspect fit. Well, you can use whichever ones. It's just easier to scale. Okay, copy and paste. Oops, not that. This one. Change it to my other brother. And to my mom and my dad. Okay, so I think that's great. Just gonna have to add my labels. Label, my dad. My mom. My brother Carlos. My brother Alberto. Okay, so you can change this, format it any way you like, but we do have to have a back or home button. Oops. I'm gonna name it back. Okay. So once I'm okay with this, I can go and copy and paste my view controller. I think so. Okay, I'm just gonna add it over here. View controller. Okay. So I'm gonna add my friends now. Change the background to the recent. Oh, and I have to put forgot about this, a title. My family. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. And yeah. So I'm just gonna copy all this. So I'm gonna use the same labels and images. Well, changing the images. So this is a trick you can do. Center this, change this to my friends. Change the photos. I'm gonna go to Fede. Over here to my other friend. Alright, and lastly, I think it's Cook. Perfect. Lastly, copy and paste the back button. I'm not going to take too much time formatting the labels, having them center and all that things. So you can do that for your app. Next up, copy and paste the view controller. My hobbies. I think I have 3 listed, so I'm going to delete this one and change this to my hobby. So I'll have this centered. My job, maybe. This one to fishing or bikes, maybe, yeah. And this one's fishing. Motorcycles. So yeah, if you don't have any connections, it's really easy to just copy and paste the objects you're working with. Make this a little bit bigger. Move this here. You can even try, there's a bunch of ways to have your view controllers neatly set up with sections, but I'm not going to go into detail with that. You can look it up on your own. Lastly, I'm going to copy and paste. I don't know why it doesn't work. Is it working? No. There we go. My bad. So you have to click the background, copy, and then paste, and then you can move it. Oh, but it's copying the background, never mind. You have to click over the view controller, and then there it is. Lastly, I'm going to change this to my About Me page. I'm just going to add a picture of myself with my description. I'm going to head over to Images, open Description. I'm going to select it all, copy and paste it, and just check that your text fits all the way in your view controller. Okay, well, this can take a while. I think there's an easier way. Yeah, there must definitely be an easier way. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna delete it. Copy and no, I'm just gonna add a labels. Copy my description. Make my text box bigger beforehand, and then we add my text. Oh, I forgot to tell you about lines. So you can add the amount of lines you're working on in your label. Or just click and drag back to your view controller. So here we go. I'm gonna put this here centered. So I think 9 lines will make it work. And have it centered to the left. I have it justified here. Justified text. And lastly, we have to add our last view, image view object. Center it. And change the image to me as a kid. There we go. Perfect. So there we go. The last thing we have to do is just connect our labels, our buttons. So I'm going to head over to my introduction view controller, control click, family, drag, show. Hobbies, click, drag, show. Friends, click, drag, show. Lastly, bio, click, drag, show. We're going to do the same thing with the back button to the introduction view controller. As you can see, whenever we create these connections, which are connections actually, there's an arrow pointing back to where it's going with the button. Show. So I'm working as an iPhone 8. I forgot to change to iPhone SE, but that's okay. And I'm going to run my program. So it's, as you can see, it's way easier having all your images pre-named and added to a folder, and then you can work on just adding them to the certain view controllers that are needed and connecting the buttons. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, let's try it out. Family, go back, hobbies, perfect, friends, and bio. So please feel free to customize this program as much as you like and make it interesting and creative, and it'll be easier for me to grade as well. So let's just save it. I'm going to quit Xcode, not needed anymore, stop tasks. And go to my Finder. I remember I saved my program in the Documents, Challenge 1, Compress. However, I did forget to take a screenshot. So let's open that up. I have my compressed file here. So I'm not going to do that process again, but you remember that on the left side of the screen, you have to have your emulator running, in the middle, your view controller, and on the right side, your code. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.